Two former Israeli soldiers have taken a bold stand and it's shaking the country's military and political foundation. These two reservists, who once wore the uniform with pride and served after the war in Gaza erupted in October 2023, are now refusing to return to the duty. Why? Because in their words, the war is no longer about defending Israel. It's about protecting Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's political career. Yes, you heard that right. They have accused Netanyahu of using the war as a distraction, a tool to survive the political backlash that he has been facing at home. Now, for months, Israelis have been protesting his leadership, specifically his judicial reforms and corruption trails. But once the war began, those domestic crises took a backseat. Now, these soldiers say enough is enough. Their refusal to serve is not just a personal decision, it's a sign of something much deeper. Inside Israel's military, cracks are starting to show. Over the past few months, dozens of former officers, their pilots, and reservists too have spoken out against the war. Some have even signed public letters saying that they will not serve as long as Netanyahu remains in the power or continue the current military strategy in Gaza. And yes, it's not just about politics anymore. These soldiers are disturbed by what they have seen on the ground. Ministry. More than half of them are women and children. The images of flattened neighborhoods, overflowing hospitals, and displaced families have sparked outrage both internationally and within Israel itself. Even within the IDF, that's Israeli military, there are growing concerns. Some say that the goal of the war are no longer clear. Is it to dismantle Hamas? Is it to free the hostages, or simply to drag the conflict on until Netanyahu can push through his political agenda? One of the soldiers who refused to return said that we are told that we were defending Israel. But this war no longer feels like defense, it feels like destruction, and we refuse to be part of that. Let me tell you, this is not just a small protest. It comes at a time when Israeli government is under a lot of pressure from both inside and outside the country. International bodies like United Nations and Human Rights Watch have called for investigation into Israel's action in Gaza. In the meantime, at home, polls show a significant portion of Israelis want early election and they want to change the leadership. And Netanyahu? Well, he's doubling down. Despite the pressure, he is pushing forward with this war strategy and refused to step aside. In fact, his government continues to expand military operations in Gaza and even parts of the West Bank, while also silencing some critics by labeling them anti-Israel or pro-Hamas. But when soldiers, people trained to follow orders, began to say no, the signal is very serious. What's seen now is just more than war between Israel and Hamas. It's a battle for Israel's soul. A country torn between the desire of security and its own growing fear that its democracy and morality are being eroded from within. The questions now remain are: will more soldiers follow this? Will public opinion force Netanyahu to change the course? Or will this brave dissent be drowned out by the drums of the war? One thing is clear, that these two reservists have opened the doors for the conversation that Israel can no longer ignore.